Hello, everybody. Well, coming up, we have a prisoner swap between Ukraine and Russia in the works. We'll tell you about that. Next, a Mobile pier reopening after a brief closure, and the Mobile Port Authority set to receive funding for improvements. Buckle up so we can get into it. It's time for News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for News 5 Now. I am Akivia McFarland, and it's so good to be with you on this Friday morning. Yes, we made it to Friday, everybody. So, of course, we are going to go ahead and kick things off with the big stories that we're following for you right now, and then we're going to get into our question of the day and our Facebook poll. But let's go ahead and start things right with the big stories we're following for you right now, as always, beginning with number 5. Ukraine and Russia agree to exchange 314 prisoners. This is part of the second round of U.S.-mediated peace talks and the first prisoner exchange between the countries since October of last year. Number 4. Wow, this one's really going to get to me. Pizza Hut plans to close 250 locations in the U.S. in the next few months. Its parent company, Yum Brands, says Pizza Hut is underperforming and could be sold off. Now, let's just go back in time just very quickly. I remember when, you could go inside Pizza Hut, you could sit down with your family. There was even a salad bar inside of Pizza Hut. So to hear this, it is just so hard to hear that this part of my childhood, I know many parts of, some people's adult life and childhood as well, could be going away soon. This is crazy news. So, of course, we're going to be keeping an eye on that. But wow, that's sad news to hear that Pizza Hut could be falling off. All right, number 3. The Cedar Point Pier reopens today after a week. The pier was closed as crews install a new canopy, lighting, and additional work on the parking lot. And, of course, that is going to be very welcome news for people in the area. We would love to see the Cedar Point Pier reopening. Number 2, if you want to participate in Gulf Shore's Mardi Gras parade, the deadline to apply is approaching, and I mean very fast today. All right, the parade will roll from Beach Boulevard to Clubhouse Drive along Highway 59 on Fat Tuesday. You can submit an application on the city's website by 5 o'clock today. Emphasis on today, emphasis on 5 o'clock. So make sure you are heading over to that website so you can apply. You don't want to miss all the fun. And number 1, the Mobile Airport Authority is set to receive $3 million in federal funding for tarmac improvements at the new Mobile International Airport. The terminal is expected to open this fall, with commercial flights expected by November of this year. Again, that's more welcome news here in Mobile. Love hearing work being done over at the airport. So those are the big stories that we are following for you so far this morning, and we will continue to have big stories throughout the day, so make sure you're sticking right here with WKRG. But now let's go ahead and get into this question of the day. We all know what's coming up this Sunday, everybody. It's Super Bowl Sunday coming up, so we want to know, what is your favorite Super Bowl food? All right, let's get into it. Usually, I kind of look ahead and see what you guys have said already, but I have not done that today. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what you guys have to say. All right, the question is about food. I had to remind myself, what is your favorite Super Bowl food? All right. Barbara Rogers says, wild game. Go out and get your own stuff. All right, Barbara. And then we have Matthew Templin says, doesn't matter as long as I get to bring a super spoon, LOL. Jamie Lloyd says, wings with dill pickle seasoning or Tony's with a side of ranch. Okay, Jamie. I'll keep that noted. I'm a wing girl myself. I'm showing up to the party for the wings. I like hot wings. So that's what I'm showing up for. All right. We have Lee Daniel Brown says cheeseburgers and real French fries, not frozen. I feel you on that, Lee, because a real French fry, let's cut up the potato and make our own fries, because sometimes those frozen joints they don't really hit the same way as a real fry will. So I am with you on there. The good cheeseburger has never done anyone wrong either. All right, thank you for that. Let's see, we have Lee Elmore says, great value brand everything. Hey, if that's what you're into, you do your thing then. Okay, let's keep on going. We have Christopher A. Moorer. He says, the meatball subs. Okay, meatball subs. My husband is a big fan of a meatball sub. So shout out to all of the people who like a meatball sub. Let's keep on going. Let's see what you got out there. We have Kimberly Victoria Anastasia Johnson says pizza or rotel dip. Absolutely. Come on, we can't go wrong with pizza and rotel dip. And I love to make rotel dip. I'm one of those party food people. Like I love to make a good party dish. And rotel, you just can't really go wrong. So I agree with you there. Kendrell Dukes says hot wings. I'm right there with you. Charlotte Mondane Blackman says Sloppy Joe's. I see more comments about hot wings, pizza, burgers. Someone even says Conecuh sausage dogs. I know a lot of people really love our good old Conecuh. So, all right, I hear you, Timothy. All right, let's see. I even see fried shrimp in a stick, all right. Ribs, I see some vote for ribs. We got beef and pork rotel. See, I usually make my rotel with turkey. I usually use ground turkey for mine. That's my preference. And don't come for me. I know, most people make it with beef. Don't come for me, but it is delicious. I'm just letting you know. All right. I see a vote for crab dip. I see a charcuterie board. Buffalo chicken dip, that's another one I really like to make. Y'all are making me hungry with this conversation this morning. So guys, if you are interested to see what more of your neighbors have to say about what they like to eat during the Super Bowl, come on over to that question of the day on Facebook and come participate with everybody else. All right, guys, so thank you for participating in our question of the day. But we also need to get into our Facebook poll as well, if I can find it. Let's see, here we go. Let's get into that now. And here are the poll results. It was National Weather Person's Day. I believe that was yesterday. And so we wanted you to vote on this. And what do you count on our weather team for the most? Look at that. That's our first alert storm team there. A great group of meteorologists here at WKRG News 5. So we love them and we appreciate them always. And so let's see how you guys voted. So heart for daily forecast. We want you to give us a care emoji for weather explanations, and we want you to give us a thumbs up if you really count on them for those severe weather alerts. All right, let's see how we voted. Wow, okay, so we're neck and neck here, neck and neck, but it looks like most of you are saying you really count on them for those severe weather alerts. Some of you, second place, has those daily forecasts, yes, and the rest of you are chiming in saying you really like those weather explanations. And I would say, I'm one of the weather explanation people. Like I do, of course, count on them to make sure we're staying safe when dangerous weather is rolling through. But sometimes just hearing them explain why things are happening, it really does something for me. It's very satisfying. It's like, we experience these things day to day, but having an explanation of why they're happening in our weather and in our forecast, I don't know. It's just satisfying. I guess it's the little nerd in me, but it's satisfying. So guys, thank you so much for participating in our Facebook poll as well. But now it's time for me to give you a little bit of homework, as I tend to do. We want you to go on over to our WKRG Facebook page, like it, give us a thumbs up, show our page some love, and so you can continue to be a part of the WKRG News 5 family and keep up with everything we have going on. Keep up with our News 5 Nows, our big stories, our breaking news. You want to be a part of that. So make sure you go over there and like our page. So guys, thank you so much for joining us for this 8:05 edition of News 5 Now. It's so nice starting our morning together. And of course, stick with News 5 Now throughout the day, WKRG News 5 throughout the day, and we will continue to keep you updated on the big stories that we are following. So guys, thank you so much. Have a great Friday, and if I don't catch you later, have a great weekend.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.